Genshin had some pretty unexpected things happen to it last week. Near the end of the week, we actually got word of something very major happening, at least in my eyes and in a lot of people's eyes. It was a cause for concern, and to be honest, I absolutely understand why, because assets were able to be deleted. That's right, and we didn't know exactly what was going on. We weren't really looking into too many details, to be honest, and even for me, I had times where I looked at something and I was like, yep, that's what's going on. People were seeing some major things happen within Genshin Impact that wasn't planned, obviously, but we didn't know exactly what that pertained to. And today we do have, I guess you would say, a resolution, or more so just an update to how Genshin Impact or Hoyoverse has really looked into this situation. But we're also going to talk about the whole situation in general as it regards to Kaveh and Nahida being able to literally delete-o Fujito things out of people's worlds, because this was absolutely insane. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. But before we get into that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Genshin Impact video comes out. Guys, I'm just saying, G-subs, gamer subs, right here. We got a new cup dropping on Friday. The new season of Waifu Cups is coming out. It's a gluten-free, keto-friendly energy drink that is fantastic for your soul. The flavors are so delicious, and I'm just saying, 10% off of your next purchase when you use code TYSTRIP. But without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into it. I want you to take a look at this, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this full screen. Now, watch Kaveh here. You see Kaveh? Watch this. Watch this. They call me Mr. Boombastic. Did you miss it? Did you miss what just happened? Let's take a look again. Boom. What exactly is going on? Well, this was reported by Stefan, as you see. At least this is where I got it. Genshin major news. To my knowledge, this is the unconfirmed. Currently, if this is just a private server issue or if this has been replicated in an actual Genshin client. But just in case, I wanted to inform people, I'd suggest not joining co-op until we get a clear answer on the issue. Basically, we couldn't tell if it was a private server or if this had actually expanded to even more than that, to where assets were able to be deleted by Kaveh, which was pretty nutty, if I do say so myself. And it got so crazy, the stuff that was coming out. We have another one from Stefan. As you can see, literally Kokomi there. Boom, Kaveh delete-o. Boom, Kaveh delete-o. Going to the last phase of Child right here. Boom. Oh wait, where is he? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Boom. Kaveh delete-o. Literally deleted Child 3 times in one go. It was bonkers. It was absolutely bonkers to see. And the memes just kept coming in. You could see this, and it looks like it's better quality from this, so it made me assume that this was from a different person.
Kaveh tends to be overly sensitive about every.
You could literally see, boom, gets deleted by Kaveh. Now, as you can see also, this was also an edit that happened, but a lot of people were having fun. But initially, this was something to really be nervous about, and a lot of people, including myself, were very scared. I went on the defensive myself when it came to my community because, number one, I'm going to protect my community regardless of if my information might be slightly wrong, which I didn't know if it was a private server issue or not, but a lot of people reported that it was. Either way, I told people, don't join worlds, don't use Kaveh, don't use Nahida until we have confirmation. Well, it turns out that it was a third-party software of sorts. Now, as you can see here, I have Genshin Impact's official Twitter, or sorry, official X. God, Elon, so we finally got X, guys. But I digress. We have Genshin Impact's official X post about this, and we're gonna go ahead and read it real quick. This was posted, I believe, yes, yesterday. Regarding the recent plugin usage in Genshin Impact. Dear travelers, it has come to our attention that some travelers have been using plugins to tamper with game data and intentionally disrupt the gaming experience of other travelers. So apparently it was confirmed. In co-op mode, they were found using plugins to remove items from the traveler's open world, preventing them from playing under normal circumstances. And yes, this would delete the assets, and it was believed that either A, when you log in it would come back, or B, you wouldn't be able to get it until the next update, which is crucial because if, let's say somebody joined your world, you're in the middle of something important, boom, your asset's gone. Now you have to wait until 4.1 to actually get something done. The relevant issues have been fixed on August 25th. By August 26th, our developers had fixed the accounts of the travelers who encountered this error and contacted customer service for assistance. We have also notified travelers regarding the status of the fix through customer service. We will continue to monitor this issue after it has been resolved. Sorry, it's 3 a.m. for me. This is when I normally record. I'm very tired. We will continue to monitor this issue after it has been resolved. Currently, co-op mode is working as intended and travelers can continue to proceed as normal. Currently, some items in a small number of accounts may not be restored yet. This will affect travelers' normal game experience. This issue will be fully fixed in the future update and we will notify affected travelers via in-game mail. That's huge because one, that confirms that multiple people outside of just that little, subspecies of people, or however you want to say it, like the small group over there, the minority, it wasn't entirely just a minority. There was a lot more people actually involved in this, apparently. And that's really sad, because you could be playing and then all of a sudden somebody just deletes your stuff, right? Let's continue. If you have recently encountered a similar problem, you can report it to us via our customer service with a detailed location of the item in question. Upon verification, that said problem is caused by a similar plugin, our customer service will contact you as soon as possible. Additionally, if you experience any other issues or notice any violations that involve the uses of third-party plugins or tools, you may also contact our official customer service. When reporting a violation, please attach the UID of the player violating the rules, the reason for the report, and other relevant information, which will allow our developers to better locate the issue and correct it. So, what does that mean? Basically, they're saying report them ASAP. Now, does that mean this issue is entirely fixed as of right now? No. It means that they're correcting the issue as fast as they can. But they're saying that by the next update, this fix should be good. Now, granted, I think that something like this, if you have a hotfix already planned for version 4.1, you should be rolling out that hotfix immediately. There should be an emergency maintenance and everything should be like kind of paused until this is fixed. And that's just how I think about it, right? You have a product and you have it for the people. You want to fix this issue ASAP, not just fix it per account until, the next update and then you fix it all together. No. This should be fixed wholeheartedly. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you could literally cut back the amount of work you gotta do to fix stuff by rolling out an emergency maintenance ASAP. Now, granted, I don't know if Hoyoverse has ever had to deal with something of this scale or of this nature. I think this is their first time having to deal with it, so they're doing it the best they can. However, I'm very concerned with the fact that they're waiting until the next update. So to me, that brings up a lot of things that I gotta say at the end of my video, but let's continue on. Using such plugins to remove items from other travelers' open world via the tampering of game data has seriously affected their gameplay experience. To maintain fair play and protect the rights of the travelers, we have banned accounts using these plugins, and we will take legal action against developers, users, and disseminators of such plugins. What does that mean, you little rapscallions who are deleting things out of people's worlds? That's right, you could get sued. And honestly, this isn't surprising. There are people out there that make some really fun plugins, such as, me being a degenerate knowing about the thick mods. Trust me, I know, I'm cultured. But at the same time, right, it's one of those things where it's tough to differentiate between the plugins that are funny or, for the, cultured people, and the plugins that are there to harm. So am I upset about this being a possible ban to the other guys who are actually, making plugins that are funny or, are for the creator, or not creators, but for the players? No. And the only reason why is because while yes, I understand what they're trying to do, it's hard to differentiate the code when it comes to actually, you know, banning certain plugins. Maybe I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. I could be way out of my scope on this, but as a person who has been in the, not in this business per se, but in the business of, like, you know, legal gray areas, it's one of those things where if you're actually affecting the product in a very negative way, there is no more gray area in regards to that. And maybe I'm gonna be the vocal minority on that. Maybe I'll be put on a cross and, you know, like basically public, you know, beating of me at this point. But that's how I feel about it. I don't think there's anything wrong personally with people making mods and plugins that are funny and will not harm the experience. However, in this case, somebody has taken advantage of these plugins and made something terrible from it. The only course of action next is legal action. And I feel bad for some people, but for the people who are like, if the people who made this only made it for fun and they weren't intending to like do this to other people, I feel bad for you. But to the people who are actually using these programs to actually delete assets out of people's worlds, you have ruined it for other people. Now, was I a proprietor to this? Absolutely not. I play Genshin like a good Christian boy, but I digress. Let's go ahead and finish this out. Currently, we have confirmed that developers and users of this plugin are posting content in the community or on video sites disguising themselves as victims to confuse the public and incite panic. We will deal with such actions in accordance with the terms of service, privacy policy, and applicable laws and regulations. Thank you for your continued support and accompaniment of Genshin Impact. We will always strive to maintain a healthy and fair gaming environment, and any attempt that jeopardizes the fairness of the game through improper means is strictly prohibited. At the same time, the development team would like to hereby declare that any game vulnerabilities have no relation to the design of the game, its plot, or characters. Please refrain from making unwarranted associations to negatively affect the experience of other travelers. We hope that all travelers can boycott plugins, third-party tools, and through ethically or in other unethical behavior to maintain a fair and friendly game environment together. I ain't reading, so good job, or man, I'm so sorry that happened. Freaking tech down. But that I feel as though this was the appropriate way to go about it, right? They did what they could, because this stuff, like, this was posted on the 25th. So this was 3 days afterwards. They were able to pinpoint a lot of the like things that were going on. They're going to be taking legal action, it looks like, against these third-party plugins. I'm pretty sure it's specifically to this one and not the other ones, but I truly hope that that is the case, that they only go after the one that was actually harmful. But to anybody out there that wants to make plugins and stuff like this for Genshin Impact, really think about this. Genshin has shown, or at least Hoyoverse has shown, that they're not afraid to take legal action. And I highly recommend that you don't do it. Now, my ending thoughts on this. Number one, to anybody out there in my community or in other communities, my suggestion right now is only play co-op with somebody you highly trust. To put an example, I played today with my boy JMO, and honestly, it makes sense because I trust JMO with my account. He has access to my account. He's played on my account, you know, just because he wants to try out these characters. So it makes sense for them to be able to, you know, come into my world. I trust him. Now, if you have somebody that you even remotely don't trust or might be sketched, don't invite them. Doesn't matter if they use Kaveh or Nahida. We've seen that these plugins can actually work on other characters. We initially saw Kaveh. We see that it's with Nahida now. It could be anybody, and I don't trust it. Number two, for third-party plugin users, be careful, because you could get banned. Now, granted, I don't know if they can take legal action against people who are using the third-party plugins, but be careful, because if you post content with those third-party plugins, you could get in a lot of trouble. To the people who are making these plugins, I feel you if yours are more safe, if they're more of a fun thing, but at the same time, understand that Hoyoverse kind of is in their legal right to do something. Now, as a content creator, I feel as though that the third-party plugins of the fun type that aren't hurting anybody's experience, like the different costumes and all this other stuff, are not going to be the ones that are going to be, you know, looked after in this case. But at the same time, that is just a feeling. That is not what is going to happen. If in fact they do go after you, I apologize. And I feel bad for you. Because one person ruined it for the rest of y'all. And to the person who made this plugin and caused this much pandemonium, this was a very dumb idea, in my personal opinion. The memes are funny, absolutely. But to disguise it as what it is, whether it was your fault or whether it was an associate of yours that, you know, took this a little too far, this is the repercussions of what happens. You have to be careful with what you do. And again, I could be the guy that you guys, you know, throw out to the wolves, and, you know, people would probably be like, how dare this person? He doesn't know what he's talking about. But at the end of the day, what I see is perfectly justified. This caused mass panic between Genshin Impact players, against the content creators, to other third-party plugins that are actually like safe and able to be used. So this is the repercussions of what happens. I feel bad for the people who actually got affected by this, though it looks as though everything is a-okay and everything's going to be fixed by the next update. I do wish that they would do a hotfix update, because I feel like emergency maintenance to have this roll through is absolutely justified and needs to happen. But I will take this for now because it seems like they're taking steps in between. Overall, that's really all I could say about it. Like, you know, good luck to the people who are dealing with this. That's for sure. Now, my rambles went on a little bit longer than I wanted, but I wanted to thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you for third-party plugins or are you against them? Do you feel that this is a justified way of going about it? Or do you feel that, you know, this is a little too much for one silly little plugin? Definitely would like to hear your guys' comments down below. And also, if I did miss something in the story, let me know. I definitely want to make sure that I cover the majority of it, which I think I did between these posts. I'm sure that there's some innocence between the creator of this third-party plugin, but at the same time, just because you're innocent doesn't mean that your associates might have taken it a little too far. That's at least how I see it. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. Anyways, guys, love you all to death, and as always, we'll catch you all in the next video. Please take care and be safe.